and welcome to the Knit California podcast. My name is Leslie. I'm a knitter and spinner living in Southern California, and this is episode 26 of my 2024 podcast series. Today is Saturday, August 3rd, and I'm excited to be back with you with another podcast. I don't have any finished objects today, but I do have 3 whips and a couple of acquisitions and things coming up that I want to talk to you about. I do want to address a couple things up front here. So yes, I am in my new craft room, although I am not in the final location that the podcast will be filmed in moving forward. I have an armchair that is going to be coming probably, I think we're still like 4 weeks away from it arriving, and when it does come, it's going to sit on this back wall here, and so the view is going to be more facing this way with the pink wall in the background. And when that gets here and when the filming angle changes, the glare that is in front of my eyes from the windows will go away. Right now I need to be angled a little bit so that you can kind of see the yarn shelves in the background, just so you get a give a bit more of an interesting visual behind me. So I apologize if that glare is annoying to any of you. I mentioned it in the first episode when we were in the craft room. I did not mention it in the last episode, and I got a comment about it. So I'm just going to keep mentioning it as we continue forward until I get the new filming location set up. But I am really excited to be in the craft room. It's just such a nice space, and I've really been enjoying it these last couple of weeks. Thing number 2 that I wanted to mention, okay, it's about my hair. So if you see me touching my hair a lot throughout the episode, I bought myself one of those beach waver like auto curling irons for Christmas. It was a Christmas present to myself, and I've been too scared to learn how to use it until today. I don't know why I decided today was the day, and so I tried to curl my hair, and I did an okay job. By no means do I think this is good. I don't know what the front piece here is doing. It like makes the rest of it look really bad, but it is what it is. This is like literally the best I could do. I was like standing in the mirror for so long being like, what am I supposed to do? So if you see me touching it, I'm gonna try not to, but I'm like excited about it. Like this piece looks really good, and then this like really annoys me, so maybe I'll just try to hide it. Okay. Those are all the updates for the top of the episode. Let's get into my first whip that I want to talk to you about, and it's the mini mock neck tank. Okay, so I am knitting the mini mock neck tank by Jessie Made Designs, and the yarn that I'm using for this, I can show you my tiny little ball. This is Red Door Fiber Studio Classic Sock, which is a 75-25 superwash merino nylon blend. It's 462 yards per 100 grams, and you can see it's this really lovely pink magenta color. It's called Magic Mouth, and this was from her D&D collection. And so let me show you the progress I have made on this. I will say, I have to fess up to it, I did not put a progress keeper in at the end of last episode. I put it in today, and I guessed where I was. But I think I got pretty good, pretty close to where I was in the last episode. So here we are. Let me pull the side, what is going on here with my row counter and all my ends. There's dog hair everywhere. Okay, here we go. So here's the edge, and here is where I'm at now. This is a decent amount of progress, at least from right under the arm. I think I was a couple inches down under the arm, so that's where I put my progress keeper at. I mean, this is a lot of progress for 1 week. This is a fingering weight garment. I'm sure a lot of you have knit this already, or maybe are knitting it right now. This is a very, very popular pattern right now. And I think for good reasons. Like, I think this is really cute. So I'm excited about this. I kind of was working on this off and on. Last episode I told you, I was splitting my time between this and my other whip, the stripe pipe sweater, and this week I kind of came to the conclusion, like, I said I might want to wear this at Flock Fiber Festival next weekend, and if I want to wear this, I'm gonna need to finish it. And I mean, this is fingering weight. It's kind of a lot of knitting. So I, for the last couple days, I have been trying to focus on this. And yeah, I've been making progress. I do still have 40 more rows to go. I know yesterday I knit like 10 rows on this, and it felt like I was knitting for so long, but I don't know, we'll see. I mean, worst case scenario, I don't finish it by Flock, and this is like the project that I am working on at Flock, which I think is fine. Again, it's just fingering weight stockinette in the round, which is a really good project to bring because it's a lot of knitting to do. So let me give you the details. So I'm knitting the size extra large, which is the 5th size in the pattern, to fit a chest measurement of 44 inches. Now, the thing that's going on with my version is my gauge is tighter compared to the gauge in the pattern. This was something that I didn't realize until after I had finished the back panel. I put the whole garment on pause for like 3.5 months after I finished the back panel, and my thought was, okay, I'm going to restart this again in the summer. Well, I picked this up on July 20th to restart it and decided, you know what, let me just keep knitting it. And here's why I think this is going to be okay, even though my gauge is so much tighter, both stitch gauge and row gauge. So I am a little bit worried about like the length of the top part maybe not being long enough. I think the width not being as wide as it is supposed to be for my size is going to be okay because this pattern is meant to have negative ease. Now, the pattern is designed, at least for my size, it's meant to fit, for the extra large, it's meant to fit a chest measurement of 44 inches. And the garment full chest measurement for this size is 39.5 inches. That is 4.5 inches of negative ease. Did I say the wrong thing last week? I think last week I said like 2.5 inches. Oh, okay. This is why. Because my bust measurement is about 42 inches. So if I take my bust measurement and subtract it by the garment full chest measurement, that's about 2.5 inches of negative ease, okay? Whereas the size, if I'm at 44 inches, that's 4.5 inches of negative ease. So with my width, with my gauge being smaller, I'm potentially going to be closer to that 4.5 inches of negative ease. So that's one reason why I think I'm okay. Actually, that's the main reason why I think I'm okay. I am a little bit still worried about the like armhole depth and everything, but I've been a little too chicken to try this on yet and make sure it's okay. I think it looks okay. I mean, this looks like a pretty wide armhole, you know, if I hold this up here and hold this down here, like this looks so, like I think we're going to be good. So that is why I decided to continue on. Let me show you the side detail on this, on the front and back panel. I think is really nice. Where are they going? He said he's going to church. He doesn't go to church. Did you hear that? Okay, anyway, apparently my husband is going to church. I was just showing you the nice armhole edge finishes. There's a nice like 1-stitch I-cord here basically that makes a really nice slip stitch edge, which means you do not have to come in at the end and pick up any stitches at the armhole, which is going to be so nice. And then right at the bottom of the armhole, when you cast on stitches here, you do a few rounds of ribbing again to make like, it's a little bit stretchy at the armhole, which I think is also going to be nice to give a little bit of an extra fit. And I think this looks really nice as well. So Overall, I think this is going to be good, and it's a mock neck tank, so at the end I will come in, pick up the collar, and it's a nice thick collar here. I don't know if I'll do a full, like, I don't know if I really want it to be like a full mock neck. I have seen a bunch of people who have done a really thin ribbing edge here, and I think I probably will do it somewhere in the middle. I don't fully like the really thin look on this. I kind of want it to match the bottom ribbing is at least an inch, maybe an inch and a half. So I probably want to do something to match, but haven't fully decided. So yeah, I need to get working on, I really need to try this on. I need to bite the bullet and just try this on, decide how much longer I want to go, set up my row counter for success, get out a book so I can like knit and read and not think about just the miles and miles of stockinette, and go from there and get this done, because I would like to wear it to flock. But I really don't know if I'm going to finish it by then, because I'm leaving on Friday and today's Saturday, so it's only 6 days, and I would need to block it. So I have like 5 days, really. So okay. Hey podcast, it's Leslie here from the next day. I've had a full like thought and realization about my mini mock neck tank, and I wanted to share it with you. I did try this on yesterday after filming the podcast, and it's basically at the point where it looks like a sports bra. And I just don't think I have it in me to knit the full body of this before flock, leaving in, 6 days. So I am still going to like continue working on this project, and definitely want to get it finished soon, but I'm not gonna like rush myself to get it finished right now and this week. So yeah, just more to come. I also had a full-on realization that Ireland is 2 months away, and I need to start working on some more of my whips to get them complete before then. So stay tuned for more of that in future episodes. Okay, back to the pod. That's my mini mock neck tank. Let's move on and talk next about my stripe pipe sweater. Okay, he's actually going to the grocery store. Okay, so I'm knitting the stripe pipe sweater by Veronika Lindberg. She's at Kutova Kika on Instagram. And the yarn that I'm using for this is the only skein I haven't wound up yet. This is Dusty Yarn Co. in her classic DK weight base, which is a 100%, focus please, a 100% superwash merino, 246 yards per 100 grams. This is one of my contrast colors. Let me show you all of the colors. Okay, main color is this light icy blue, which is called Dry Heat. All of these colors are from the Palm Springs collection. Okay, so Dry Heat, contrast color 1, Bachelorette, contrast color number 2, Reservation only. Actually hold them like this. Contrast color number 3, this is called Vintage. Contrast color number 4, this is Top Shelf. And contrast color number 5, this is Mid-Century. Oh shit, we lost Bachelorette. Okay, you're just gonna have to imagine. Okay, here they all are, plus the pink. I'm still holding on to the end of Bachelorette. Okay, these are the 3 that are not in the project yet. There we go. I was just trying to show you all the colors. I do have a photo of this. I can just put the photo in. Let me show you where I'm at. Da, 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 da. It looks so good. I'm so obsessed with this project, you guys. Like, I can't even tell you how much I love it, because it's just so much. Okay, and here's where I was last week. I don't know if that's true. Did I not move it last week? No, I don't remember. But I'm into the second contrast color. I'm almost done with the second contrast color. This is the last stripe of Reservation only. And I added the neckline in because I thought, you know, let's just add the collar, make this look polished and finished. This is a 1x1 half twisted rib collar, which, look, I know. There's a lot of love for twisted rib, but there's even more hate for twisted rib. And I have to tell you, I love twisted rib. I think it looks amazing, and I don't mind knitting it. It's something a little bit different. So I'm a huge fan of twisted rib. And it's only half because only the knit stitch is twisted. The purl stitch is not twisted. And you add this little pop of your last contrast color to the edge of the collar, and it looks really cool, doesn't it? So this is the green top shelf, which is going to be the last contrast color down here on the sleeve. So it's going to be mid-century and top shelf on the sleeve. And then vintage is going to be the last contrast color on the body. It's going to look really cute. I'm really loving knitting on this. The yarn, this base is just so like squishy and just like so nice to work with. And yeah, I've just been obsessed. Like I think I told you last week I was switching off between working on this and working on my mini mock neck, and I kind of had to put this a little bit on the back burner towards the end of this week, and I've been sad about it. I stare longingly at it in my whip pile because I always want to be working on this, but I have decided to put focus in my mini mock neck, so that's okay. The exciting thing about this and about all these colors is that Dusty Yarn Co. Audrey has put the Palm Springs collection back on her website. So these colors are available again for purchase. So if you want to knit a matching stripe pipe, or if you're just in love with a couple of these colors or one of these colors, you can grab them for yourself now, which is really awesome. There are also some additional colors that were off of the website that she put back on the website. So I am an affiliate with Dusty Yarn Co., so I do have an affiliate link in the description box down below if you would love to check it out. And of course, a huge thank you to everyone who clicks on any of my links and shops through any of my links. I really appreciate it. Okay, so this is the stripe pipe. I really don't know how much knitting I'm going to get done this week for next week. If I'm going to, again, really focus on my mini mock neck tank, like I think I'm going to be just dialed into that, so we might not see much progress on this. And I guess I should say it now, because I'm going to be at Flock next week, I don't know if there's going to be a podcast video next Tuesday. I think instead we'll probably do a little Flock vlog, hopefully. Okay, so there's my stripe pipe sweater. I'm knitting the size extra large. Let's get into the little bit of the details. It's blah, 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 blah. This garment is meant to have like a lot of positive ease. I think it's like 10 to 15 inches of positive ease in the pattern that's recommended. So this is a finished bust size for the extra large of 53.5 inches. So for me, that'll be about 11.5 inches of positive ease. Yes, it's a lot, but I think it'll be kind of nice. It'll be, you know, it'll have that fun, just like slouchy, nice, oversized fit that's going to be perfect for this winter. So, you know, once it stops being 101 degrees, because apparently it's going to be 101 degrees here, we're going to have another fire. We're like in the middle of wildfire season here where I live in Southern California. We've had 2 this week, one to the east of us, and then there was one in the next city over. It was only like 20 miles away yesterday, but they've got it under control. But yeah, this heat really doesn't help. Anyways, I'm knitting this on 4.5mm needles. I think the pattern calls for 4, but I usually knit DK weight on 4.5mm needles, and the pattern gauge is 20 stitches by 31 rows, and so I'm usually around that gauge. I know I talked about this last week, but I did not gauge swatch for this. Like, this is just a fun pattern for me. And with my knitting, I know I typically have a tighter gauge, so that would mean that my bust circumference of the finished object would be smaller than what is noted for my size in the pattern. And if I'm smaller than 53.5 inches, like, that's totally fine with me. Like, going all the way up to 11.5 inches of positive ease is a lot, so there's definitely some wiggle room to have a smaller bust circumference on my finished object. So I was not worried about gauge swatching for this. So yeah, and that definitely comes with, you know, knitting a lot of sweaters, having a lot of practice, and really for the last like year and a half, I've really been focusing on my gauge and trying to understand it better compared to like all of the patterns that I'm knitting and what they say the gauge is supposed to be with the needle size and the yarn and everything. And so I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling like a lot more confident now with my gauge. Like, I can look at a pattern, see the yarn that it calls for, see the needle size that it calls for, and see the gauge that it calls for. At least if it's like a DK or like a worsted weight pattern, and feel really comfortable like making an educated guess for myself about, okay, well, what yarn would I want to use and what needle size would I want to get close to that gauge to get a finished object that's going to give me the fit that I want and that looks similar to what is in the pattern. And I think it's just like a really great spot to be in with my knitting, because I feel like it puts me in control, first of all, with what I'm making for myself, which is great, and it just makes me feel like powerful, like I can like change things up for how I want them to be, and I know how to do that now, which is really great. And I hope everyone is at that point or can get to that point in their knitting. So, okay, that's my stripe pipe sweater. I love it so much. And let's talk next about my last whip. There's yarn all over the floor of the craft room. And that's my California sweater. Rocky, did you get all tangled up in the yarn? Oh, my silly boy. Okay, so the California sweater is a design by me that is in testing, and I'm working on my second sample for it, and the yarn that I'm using has finally arrived. I am using the Knitting for Olive Merino in the colorway Soft Blue. It's getting a little bit blown out here. And I'm pairing it with the Knitting for Olive Soft Silk Mohair in the colorway Dusty Aqua. And let me show you where I'm at. It's not that much progress, if we're being real here. Ta-da! I am about 12 rows into the back panel. But you can see here what the color is looking like with these two, you know, lighter blue and like a darker teal kind of mixed together, and I think it's looking really nice. I am really happy with the fabric and the color that these two yarns paired together are making. So here's the thing, here's what's going on for me with the California sweater. I already knit a full sweater, right? And while I'm watching all of my testers send photos of what they're working on, I'm getting really inspired by it. And then I'm sitting down to knit mine and I'm like, I don't want to work on this right now. I want to work on my other projects. I like look at my mini mock neck and my stripe pipe and I'm like, I want to work on one of those. So kind of the thought about my mini mock neck for, like, you know, if I want to wear this to flock, I need to get it going on it, really came to me as I was working on this, and I was thinking like, I really don't want to be working on this right now. So I did make the conscious decision to stop working on this. This was like Wednesday or Thursday, so it wasn't like something earth-shattering. But I was like, you know what, if I'm really not into this right now, let me actually put it down. Let me pick up one of my other projects, see if I can finish this soon, get that finished object feeling, and then maybe I will be more motivated to come back and work on this. I think it's just something that happens, like knitting the same pattern back to back. It's just not super exciting, even when it is one of your own designs. I don't know, maybe it's just me. It's not as like fun, not as inspiring. So, and I think that's normal for people to feel, right? So it will get done. The test goes through mid-September, so I definitely still have time. And when I do get going on this, I know that it will work up pretty quickly. I knit my first sample in less than 2 weeks, so I know I've got time. But yeah, the test is going really well. Yeah, I don't really have many other updates for it. We're chugging along and it's going well. So that's my California sweater, and those are my 3 projects that I have been working on. So I've got a couple of acquisitions that I want to share with you. We'll start with that. Let's start with the yarn acquisition. Here it is. Okay, so these 3 skeins are from a new collection by Kimber of Kimber's Cozy Creation, and this collection is actually in collaboration with Juliana from Purl Back Knit Forward, and the collection is going to be called Something Blue, and it's based off of Juliana's wedding colors. They were all blue. All of her bridesmaids wore blue. And coming up on August 10th, the day that the collection launches, it's actually Juliana's 10th wedding anniversary. So this is a very sentimental collection, and I think it's really gorgeous. So I picked 2 colors. This lovely bright blue is called Capri, and I think it's really fun, and I think this is going to be a really nice like soft summer color on me also. So I've got 2 skeins of Capri and 1 skein of Au Natural, which is just a white. And all of these are on the cozy fingering base that Kimber has, which is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 100 grams is 463 yards. So I think my like thought for this is to maybe make like a striped tank top. Like it'll be mostly blue with like, you know, little white stripes in the middle of it. And so yeah, I think it'll be really fun. I think it'll be a really nice like summery tank top as well. I don't know, I probably will not get this cast on this summer, but that is the thought for this yarn. Let me put up the full collection photo so you can see all of the colorways. But this collection is going to include 1 self-striping color that includes all of the tonals. Let me see. Yes, I know there's a photo. It includes all of the tonals plus the white. There is 1 speckled colorway that's like on a cream base, and then it's got all of the tonal blues like speckled throughout it. It's really gorgeous. And then the white Au Natural and 4 blue tonals, you know, kind of ranging in colors from a light bright blue to like a dark teal. And it's gorgeous. I think this collection is going to be so fun. It's very special and it's very meaningful, especially for Juliana. So if you are a blue person, you love your blues, definitely make sure to check this one out on August 10th. I am also an affiliate with Kimber's Cozy Creation, so I do have an affiliate link to shop in the description box down below. When is August 10th? Well, today's the 3rd. So actually 1 week from today, next Saturday. So in, me at Flock. I'll be posting about it on my Instagram and Instagram stories. If you want to make sure to have a reminder, you can go follow me over on Instagram at Knit California. Of course, also go follow Kimber at Kimber's Cozy Creations and Juliana at Purl Back Knit Forward for all of the updates and all of the info on this collection. Speaking also of Kimber from Kimber's Cozy Creations, a few weeks ago, Kimber put up a post that has her collection schedule for the next few months, and if you saw it, you may have seen a sneaky peek at a collection that I am collaborating with Kimber on. So this is all that has been announced, is on this one photo, but I have been working with Kimber on a collection called Ireland Memories, and it will be coming October 13th through 27th. So as you likely know, I went on the Irish knitting tour last year with Rachel from Rachel is Knitting and a whole bunch of other fabulous people, and the whole time I was there, you know, I was posting photos on Instagram, and Kimber was messaging me, and she was just like, oh my gosh, this is like a great photo. I can really see this translated nicely into yarn, and this happened like multiple times. And when we got back and I started working with Kimber earlier this year, we had been talking about, you know, doing a collection for this, and I sent her a bunch of photos that I really liked and thought had like a really clear color story, and she has translated them all into yarn. So there's going to be some tonals, some variegated, and also a self-striping, and I'm really excited about it. And the collection is going to launch right after I get back from this year's Ireland trip. So my thought is, you know, I'll have all of these skeins with me when I am in Ireland again this year, can take some photos of the yarn skeins with the inspiration for some of the places that we're going back to. And I'm just really proud of this collection, and I'm really excited about it. And I know it's still a couple months away, and this is like a huge major tease because I can't show you any of the colorways. I am looking at them. There's some right over there, but I can't show them to you yet. You'll just have to wait and see. So it's really exciting, really exciting. Okay, I've got one more thing to talk about with you, and then we will wrap this up. Okay, so I got my very first advanced reader copy of a book. Like, not just a knitting book. This is like a novel. Yes, it is about knitting, and I'm really excited about it. So a lovely lady named... Buddy, you almost sat on my yarn. A lovely lady named Mary from HarperCollins reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in getting an advanced copy of this book, Close Knit by Jenny Colgan, because she saw that, you know, I love to knit, and this is a book where knitting is like one of the focuses, and I was like, yes, absolutely, I'm very excited about this. And so I got it. So let me tell you a little bit more about this. I've got my notes here, okay? Close Knit by New York Times bestselling author Jenny Colgan comes out on August 6, 2024. So this week. If I'm the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. Today that this video comes out is August 6th, so this book is now out. You can go grab a copy, download it, whatever you want. Okay, let me tell you about it. Set in the picturesque, windswept Scottish Northern Isles, Close Knit follows a young woman as she ventures from the comfort of what she's always known, her small town knitting circle, to a life full of adventure as an air stewardess. A story about forging new paths in life, found family, and knitting, Close Knit is the perfect feel-good, heartwarming read to round out your summer. So this is actually, okay, I know last week I talked about the Abby Jimenez books and how they are standalone books, but they're also in a series. So if you read them in order, you get information about some of the side characters in the other books going forward. So this is a similar thing. The first first book in this series is called The Summer Skies, and I'm actually reading that book right now. When I knew this was going to be coming to me, I was like, let me read the first in the series. It's called The Summer Skies, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really cute. I'm about 70% of the way through, so hopefully I can finish that this weekend, and then I can dig into Close Knit, and then I will have, you know, some of the background info on the flying, the aviation piece of it is really what's focused on in the first book. And then I'm really excited to get into all of the knitting circle goodness in Close Knit. Let me give you a close-up of this cover, because it's literally like a yarn shop. Like, you can see all the skeins of yarn, and the bike is like yarn bombed. It's so cute. I'm just like really, really excited to read this. And like, I don't know, I really want to go to Scotland, so having these books being set in Scotland is like really great. So yeah, that's what I want to share with you. Close Knit by Jenny Colgan. It's not the first book that I'm reading now. Again, I'm like 70% of the way through. It's not like a spicy like romance at all. This is just like a contemporary novel. Let me see if they like categorize what it is. No, they don't. But Jenny Colgan, this author, has also wrote The Christmas Bookshop, The Bookshop on the Corner, Little Beach Street Bakery, and Christmas at the Cupcake Cafe. And Jenny, her husband, and her 3 children live in a genuine castle in Scotland. So how cool is that? I'm really excited to like be introduced to this author. She is new to me. I'm excited to read those Christmas books when we get closer to the holidays as well. And again, like I said, excited to read Close Knit. So, alright, I think that's all that I have for you today. Again, coming up, I'm going to Flock next weekend. I'm very excited. If you see me there, please stop me and say hello and tell me your name so that I can remember. I am going to have my Knit California stickers that I will be handing out, and I'm excited to meet everyone. I'm excited to shop. I need to get my shopping plans together, and like I said, I really want to film a little vlog about it, and so hopefully that will be next Tuesday's episode. Will be all about Flock. And if you are not able to go to Flock and you're having FOMO about it, I'm really sorry. I wasn't able to go last weekend or last year, and this kind of just worked out really nicely for me to be able to go this year, but I know how that feels. So I hope you can grab yourself a really fun and engaging project for next weekend. Maybe sit down with your favorite TV shows or movies, or plan a day out for yourself where you don't have to look at Instagram at all and kind of see what's going on. If you would rather have that like a break from it all for yourself, whatever you need to do to feel less of the FOMO. So, alright, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to make my way to 10K subscribers. I know we're only at, you know, almost 5.5 right now, so it feels like a long way away, but I feel like if I just start putting it out there that that's the goal I'm trying to get to, maybe it'll happen. So if you're not subscribed, please, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button. If you're not following me on Instagram, you can go over and follow me at Knit California. I'm also on Facebook now, if you prefer using Facebook. I have a page that's at Knit California, and everything that I post on Instagram is also shared to that page on Facebook. And I'm trying to grow that also. I've got a couple of people who regularly hit the like button on my posts on Facebook, but it's pretty small right now. But I figured maybe some of you don't use Instagram if you're watching on YouTube, and you may use Facebook. Okay, that's it. That's all my self-promo. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!
Mhm.